Today I want to talk about how to choose the team that you work with and how to make sure that your project is going into the right direction. A lot of clients who come to us, they come after not successful attempts of building their products in the past, and they are a bit afraid of working with another team with trusting their idea into somebody's hands and to make sure that everything is going right. And we also sometimes we are inheriting from the previous developers the code that is probably not in the best shape, and when the client think that everything is almost done, but when we get access to the code, we see that it's not that close. And there are some red and green flags when working with the development teams that you should be aware of if you want to make sure that everything goes according to the plan. Both web and mobile application development could be divided in several stages, I would say. So first one is the pre-development. So it's when you're just discussing the idea, discussing the collaboration, and if the right team, what they would want you to do. They would discuss more the goals of the project. They would document the initial requirements and make clear scope of work. They would suggest creating the wireframes or mock-ups to map all the functionality on the screen, and to make sure all the user flows are visible and clear and all the edge cases are covered. They would create the feature breakdown, the whole project feature breakdown with the rough estimations to make sure that that it's feasible in terms of time and budget and other things. They would also think about the infrastructure, about thinking in advance how they're going to do it, instead of just saying yeah we can do it, and start working without thinking all the details in advance. They would the good team, if you're launching the MVP, they will try to minimize it. So they would say, let's build something simple but still valuable for the end users. Because that's very important, not to stretch the development and to try to release as soon as possible with the simplest solution, and then add all the next features gradually to it. The next step is when the development starting. Very important signs is your team should use repository. That is this seems so obvious to me, but from a lot of times clients come to us from the previous developers and they bring their source code in zip files. That is it is no go. So if you know that your team doesn't use the repository, that means that it's really not professional, because repository is the repository of their choice doesn't matter. It just should be, because repository allows to keep your code secure, store the changes history, collaborate efficiently between all the team members. So that's absolutely must. Also, they should use task management system, and you should have access to it, because neat and well kept task management system, it allows the general overview of the project. It you should be able to go to this task management system and see the current status of the task, current status of the project, what are other assignees who are working on this. The particular choice of task management system doesn't matter as well. It just should be in any format, even if it's I don't know, Google spreadsheet with the statuses or something. But if it's collected, if the scope is breaking into the tasks, that's a very important sign as well. OpenAI or GraphQL usage for API, that's also a good sign. Probably you would not go into so much details, but that's if backend and front-end communication is done. Also, very important sign is CI/CD setup is so you should be able to get your solution, your app as like pretty often. So it should not be for sure like a couple of months without new builds, without new updates of the product page or something. So you should have like so feature each. Maybe not like every tiny one, but every feature it should be developed and it should be deployed to the staging. That's another thing. So you should have like that testing environment, so not everything should go to the production and to the end users right away. You should have the environment where you as a client or as a product owner, you can see the progress, you can see what is how it works. You can share your feedback, not wait until the very end of the project. And there's another thing. So if all the demos of the progress so far you see only in on the developer machine, or like in the video recording format, so that's also like a red flag. I would look more carefully in there, because you should have access to the either app on both platforms, or to the like staging environment page where you can just go by the link. So you should be able to see it. Also, you should have access to all the repositories, accounts, and other things. So you should host them. You should have the control over them. It's just like, because it's yours, it's your product, and you should keep all the ownership of everything that is used for it. So in general, you are just MVP should be developed in like maximum 6 months. Usually it should be even faster. So if the process is taking longer, so that's a question. Probably something goes like either overcomplicated, or maybe the general idea of MVP is not met. Also, it's very good, like it's a general recommendation, probably not that much into the development team choice, but it's about like you should have a single responsible person who is taking like decisions. So like it could be CTO, it could be product owner or tech lead, or somebody who is like it could be different people, but one should be responsible for the technical solution. So that's like of course, like the whole team opinion matters, and it could be discussion, but the final decision should be on one person, and you can discuss it more with them. And also the same for product vision. So that's another thing, that probably should be you or the product owner or somebody, but it should be on like one person decide the final thing, how this feature should be implemented, what direction we are going, and other things, like to not have this broken chain of command, let's say. So it is like finding the right team is not easy, but it's like it's possible. If keeping your eyes open and like make sure that on this process you have the needed control over it.